Hey guys, and welcome to the first TLDR MTG. And if you're not good with acronyms, that's too long didn't read Magic the Gathering. Now, I was thinking of a way that I could go back to some of the older lore, while not taking too much time away from stuff going on currently. It's been a real struggle for me, and you guys already know how bad I am at time management. So I came up with this idea for a series, a shortened summary of some major MTG events, as opposed to long drawn out essays. Now, as a result of this condensed format, you'll be getting just the major points of the lore, but I'll provide sources in the description below for those looking for a more robust learning experience. So now that you know what the series is all about, let's get right into it. This is TLDR, the Brothers' War. Long ago, on the plane of Dominaria and the continent of Tirsair, two brothers grew up as young apprentices to the archaeologist Teknoaxe. Teknoaxe was digging into the past of the Thrains, an ancient race who built unbelievably powerful artifacts. These relics were what inspired the siblings Mishra and Urza to join the archaeological dig site. Their elderly teacher taught the brothers many things about the Thrain, about artificy, but couldn't teach them much in terms of respecting one another. To say they had a sibling rivalry would probably be accurate. With what must have been the best case of beginner's luck possible, Urza and Mishra unearthed the heart of an ancient Thrain civilization, bumbling around until they stumbled upon a Thrain machine which housed a giant power stone. When the brothers reached for the relic, it exploded and split in half, one for each of them. Now, rather than sharing like good boys, the brothers coveted their pieces of history, with Mishra flat out refusing to even show Urza his half of the power stone. With bickering reaching an all-time high, the brothers succumbed to a falling out. Urza discovers that his half of the stone powers up and strengthens machines, while Mishra's weakens them. No wonder he kept it secret. As such, Urza named them the Might Stone and Weak Stone respectively. Now, given the volatile relationship brothers must maintain, these two eventually come back into contact, but with a less than desirable result. The trouble started, of course, with a few drinks, as Mishra drunkenly confronts Urza and challenges him to a fight. Fisticuffs are exchanged, and they even use their various stones on one another, stopping only as their former teacher comes to break up the violence, unfortunately resulting in her death by the Thrain artifacts. Struck by grief, Mishra runs off in self-imposed exile. In the meantime, what do two young artificers do when they control artifacts that directly impose their will on machines? Well, build up empires, of course. Urza uses his Might Stone to embolden constructs, which wins him the hand of a warlord's daughter. Not her literal hand, but like marriage and stuff. Mishra, on the opposite end of the continent, discovers Dragon Engine war machines and tames it using his Weak Stone, allowing him to build a united force from scattered and sparse clans. As both of their civilizations grow in power and influence, it was inevitable that they would clash. But neither expected to see their brother when the two groups sat across the negotiating table. While Mishra and Urza were actually open to talking for the first time forever, their representatives were less diplomatic. Urza's warlord planned this negotiation as an ambush and uses his machines to slaughter those loyal to Mishra, with Mishra himself barely escaping with his life. This colossal misunderstanding would be the final chapter between the two brothers, and the opening of an all-out war. Urza's Power Stone proves a powerful weapon, giving his war machines an edge against the tamed dragon engines. Desperate for more firepower, Mishra travels back to the Thrain civilization they uncovered many years ago. While he doesn't find a new weapon there, he does discover some sort of portal, one which took him to a world known as Phyrexia. Dun dun dun! On this strange plane, Mishra finds more dragon engines and tries to bring them under his sway, but is attacked by a lizard demon guy named Gix. Mishra escapes and closes the portal. The war rages on, year after year, bloody victory after costly defeat. The two brothers are now in complete control of two halves of an entire continent, using all available resources from mines to forests to fuel their endless campaigns. As they strip the earth bare, it's become more obvious that whoever finds the last bastion of resources will most likely prevail in this conflict. Enter a small island known as Artic, which had remained untouched and hidden for the majority of this war. Both brothers are made aware of its existence through an outside influence, more on that in a moment, and both send their full force to conquer it. The native beings on the island, such as elves and tree folk, do their best to defend their homes, but are absolutely slaughtered between the two brothers' war machines, leaving Urza and Mishra to this final confrontation. But before the bloody end is reached, a third party pokes its head out to say hello. It's that lizard demon guy, Gix, who somehow reopened the portal and gained entrance to Dominaria. Through this portal, the demon lured humans to Phyrexia, where he had their minds corrupted, creating a cult known as the Brotherhood of Gix. Gix wanted revenge not only on Mishra, who escaped him, but both of the brothers because, well, demon stuff. The Brotherhood of Gix went out and infiltrated both camps, resulting in continued mudslinging from both sides in order to stir up conflict. These cultists were also responsible for feeding the brothers information regarding the lone island of Argith, hoping both would meet and destroy each other over the valuable piece of land. Now, Mishra's company was much more infected by the Brotherhood of Gix than Urza's. Mishra's highest advisory council was made up almost entirely by the cult. As a result, during the final years of the war, he was betrayed and given over to Gix personally. And I'll just say, he left the demon a completely changed man. So now the two brothers are on the island of Argith, ready to kill one another, and Urza's actually excited to see an end to this conflict. No matter the victor, at least they and the world could rest. As the two faced head to head, Urza lands a brutal blow to his brother, revealing that he wasn't the same as he remembered. Under his false flesh, Mishra was nothing but Phyrexian machinery. He had either been killed by this machine-worshipping group and replaced, or Mishra had fully given himself over to Phyrexia. Either way, Urza considered his brother already dead. Through a series of twists and turns, Urza is handed a Thrain artifact known as the Golgathian Slicks, basically a bowl which describes an apocalypse. Using this, the most powerful bowl in history, Urza caused an explosion which tore the island apart, obliterating both he and his brother's armies and closing the final chapter of the Brothers' War. The pure intensity of this explosion caused Urza's latent planeswalker spark to ignite, and he ascends as a planeswalker, his eyes permanently replaced by the Might and Weak stones. His brother Mishra could not have possibly survived the blast. This magical energy would also go on to affect all of Dominaria as well, causing a great climate shift which would herald the dawn of the Ice Age, a period in which most of Dominaria's great civilizations would perish. In essence, the Brothers' War was a continental conflict which ended in Phyrexian betrayal and a climate-changing apocalypse, all because two brothers just couldn't learn to share. There's a powerful message here: sharing is caring, especially if you care about the lives of everyone on an entire plane. And there you go guys, the quick TLDR of the Brothers' War. Let me know what you think about this series and this conflict in the comments below. Show your support for this series and the channel by giving this video a thumbs up, sharing it with friends, and subscribing. As always guys, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.